Hey everyone, this is Mr. Oldie. We are watching IG versus LGD. This is Game 2. I cast Game 1 yesterday, but did not have the time to complete the entire Best of 3 series. So now we are on to Game 2. We are wrapping up the draft here. And we have, so far for IG, Lena, Earthshaker, Io, and the Bristleback. And for LGD, of course, we have the Bounty Hunter, Darkseer, Phantom Lancer, Windranger, and Visage. Last game, we saw IG using the Phantom Lancer, and to great effect. However, I think the majority of that, the reason they were so effective with the PL was because they were given all the space in the world. LGD went for a couple of smokes. They did try to invade once or twice, but they came up short on all of those and never really put any real pressure on IG to force anything. So IG was happy to just let Phantom Lancer farm up, and then they were just able to pretty much deathball straight up and into the game. They did get a couple of fortunate picks at different points throughout the game, but even when it was 5-on-5, it was way too late for LGD's draft. So hopefully they are going to be able to pull something off a little bit differently this time. They of course do have the PL and the Windranger, both of whom scale into the late game very well, and then the Bounty Hunter naturally allows you to continue with the gold lead throughout the entire game. Well, as soon as Bounty Hunter gets to 6 due to the track gold, and the Vision with the current meta focusing around fights is just incredible. So I think Bounty Hunter, at least at TI, had the highest win rate, I believe, of any hero. I want to say it was around 93%. And Lena, of course, is very strong right now. Anyways, both drafts are looking very, very good. Some solid supports with the Darkseer and the Visage. And then Bounty Hunter really helps both teams fight helps LGD fight very powerfully. However, Invictus Gaming does have Earthshaker, who is just good in virtually every lineup, and naturally he counters the Phantom Lancer with the Echo Slam. Lena is very good now, since she has the highest damage nuke in the game. And then Bristleback is just generally strong. The Phoenix there is good. He's really good at team fighting and disrupting a play. So he's really good at counter-initiating in the fights. Since they initiate on you, you kind of throw down the attack speed slow on multiple heroes and then go into your egg right in the middle of everyone fighting. And they either have to turn all their attention to you, which with the stuns between the Lena and Earthshaker is fairly easy to disrupt, or they have to back off and disengage. But if they've already chosen to engage on you and use it to counter-initiate, they will generally have a difficult time doing that. So, we will likely be seeing a Lena Windranger middle lane. I don't know that that lane really either favors either side. At least not by much, for sure. They both have good nukes, good range on their attacks, decent right-click damage. My game is lagging incredibly hard right now. Don't know what the reason for that is, but I'm going to see if I can figure something out here. It looks like it's starting to go away. Alright, so we have PL going into the jungle here. He wants to ensure that there, of course, are no wards placed. Bristleback does have a ward that he was likely wanting to use to block this pull camp. He went ahead and gave it to Io so that he can try to zone while Io places it, and they might have to use an extra sentry to clear it out since they won't know exactly where it's placed. No one really wants to fight too much here, it doesn't look like. I think LGD should have no problem securing this rune. The Phoenix may try some silly maneuver here with the Icarus die to try and just steal it. Yep. And it is unsuccessful, so. Windranger secures that rune, and IG secures the bottom rune at the same time. So it looks like we should should have an IO Bristleback off lane. The Wind Ranger Lena middle lane. Darkseer down here in the safe lane for LGD. And then their off lane is going to be the PL with Visage backing him up. So we have a little change up to the lanes here. Phantom Lancer says if Bristle's coming here, then I am going to go bottom lane. See you later, guys. So for now, the Visage is just going to be trying to soak XP. Got a roaming bounty hunter, of course, and we'll see if he can get anything done here. Whenever there's a bounty hunter, it's unlikely that anyone is going to be really doing or bringing out the courier for him to snipe it, so we likely won't see that kind of funny business. He did block the pull from the Earthshaker. A little bit of harass here on mid, but nothing major. In fact, looks like maybe it comes out on top with all of that. Oh, we've got it! They're going in on the Lena! Good kill there. Bounty Hunter was able to get some hits on her with the Orb of Venom, so she was heavily slowed, and then one auto attack and the power shot from Wind Ranger was all that was necessary to complete that kill. So great start for LGD in the mid lane. In this bottom lane, IO does have his bottle out. And that ward is still there in the jungle. So the pole camp is still being blocked up. Darkseer was able to grab that rune, so that just helps deny IO a little bit of regen. So if he gets harassed, he isn't going to be able to stay in lane quite as long. Although actually he already had 3 bottle charges, so it wouldn't have mattered anyway. But does get some gold there for him and take it out of the hands of IO. We've got a bit of harass going out on this Phoenix, but he should be able to get away. Yeah. Icarus Dive comes out. He gets out, no problem. The Phoenix naturally starts with 0 armor, so he has to be very careful about any kind of physical attacks. Which is why part of why you see him here with this Ring of Protection here. It's to increase his base armor, prevent him from just getting completely obliterated by these right clicks. Even from a support who doesn't hit all that hard, they can be very, very dangerous. LGD has a substantial gold lead right now, but most of that is due to this first blood. And I say substantial, it's only 750 gold, nothing to write home about, however, at this stage of the game, that's fair. The Bounty Hunter was able to help force that first blood, of course. After that, he really hasn't been able to do a whole lot. It looks like they want to go on the Phoenix. Phoenix should have his Icarus dive, but he does. So they won't be able to kill him. At best, they may drive him out of lane or force him to ferry out some more regen. But Lena's getting low here on the middle. They tried to go in him from this bottom lane, the Darkseer. Rotated over towards mid, grabbed rune and pressured this Lena, but nothing came of it. Instead, she's just going to go top, fill her bottle with the top rune, which fortunately for her is a bounty. At this point, she needs all the gold she can get. She still doesn't even have her boots out to her yet. So we have a really good start here for the mid on maybe. And the Wind Ranger, I think, is such a solid pickup when you don't have to worry about multiple targets. When you just have 1 or 2 targets that you really have to take down quickly, the Wind Ranger is so incredibly strong. And the interesting thing about the draft coming out from IG is that they don't have any traditional carries.
is under attack.
They have Lena, who can be built as a core, of course. She is almost always played as a core now. But she generally isn't a carry per se. And then you have the Bristle, the Bristle, who is very good at playing in a damaging, up-in-your-face kind of fighting role. But again, he's not a carry. So I think IG is going to have to make something happen within the first probably 35 minutes of the game, or they will run out of time before the PL and the Wind Ranger get fat. They also need to contain them even throughout this early game, because neither of them are exactly weak even in the early game. They have to be, of course, very careful about the nukes, as they just don't have a lot of HP to begin with, but
middle tower is under attack.
they are both good fighting heroes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
There's a sentry here in the mid to watch for this bounty hunter rotation, so they will see if he comes up towards middle again. Although it is just about to expire. Bounty Hunter's pinging out that they have some stacks here. So they want to clear those stacks out. They're low right now, so they're going to bring the Darkseer in. Allow him to finish off these stacks. And they are going in on this Lena, who just immediately explodes to the Visage. Soul Assumption deals so much damage with just a couple of levels. And the Bristleback is so low, but they can't finish him off. Visage was able to get the deny on the creeps. Great shackle shot. Is he going to be able to get him? The power shot is off the mark, but she is able to finish off the Phoenix with just a right click. PL really wants this kill, and he's going to get it. So the Bristleback goes down. That is a 3-for-1, and the one who died on the side of LGD was a deny. So essentially a 3-for-0. Good play there by LGD. I think they were able to take out the creeps there as well. Yes, they did get all of those stacks. A few of the last hits may have been stolen there by a nuke, but they at least got the majority of them, if not all. So now we see almost a 1,500 experience lead for LGD, and nearing 2,500. This is starting to really slip away from IG very quickly. They already have a lineup that has to dominate in the early and mid game, particularly the mid game, but to be able to do that, you really have to do well early. So they need to make something happen here. Perhaps a smoke pick on the PL or the Wind Ranger, but as it is, she's going to leech some of this XP. She doesn't have the damage to kill the Bristleback right now. No points in the focus fire, and even if she did have points in the focus fire, she knows that the Aya would be able to save the Bristleback if she did get a perfect shackle shot while the Bristleback was facing her, but all of those things are extremely unlikely and not worth trying. Oh, this should be a quick kill on the Io. Io goes down to the power shot, and the wall from the Darkseer. Oh, now that he knows. Oh, they get him anyway. So close. Bristleback knew that vacuum is down, so he could just TP. And the damage from the soul assumption and the power shot was just enough to finish him off anyway. He had probably a quarter of a second left on that TP. Lena does hit the Light Strike Array and the Dragon Slave, but she needed a few more right clicks before she was going to commit to Laguna Blade, otherwise she knew she did not have the finish. It just wasn't quite enough. Right now, I think LGD is going to be content to just play the farm game, because they know they have a significant lead, and they also know that they have the late game. The late game will quite easily go into their hands, so they are going to be alright with just having the bounty hunter roam around, get vision of them. They'll probably get the occasional pick off once they have some items for that, you know, blink on the Wind Ranger, mech maybe on the Darkseer, something like that. But until then, they're fine with just farming and getting as much space as IG will let them have. Medallion out on the Visage. This means that they will be able to do Roche whenever they choose. PL could actually... Oh, no, we've got Linus. Let's see. Light Strike Ray is coming out. It does connect, so does the Fissure, and PL goes down. That's exactly what IG needs to happen. Relocate in from the IO was perfect. Shackle shot, power shot, and the Soul Assumption is a quickly dead Lina. Oh, and another follow-up kill. Another Soul Assumption. All the heroes around taking this damage stack those Soul Assumption stacks so quickly. And they'll be able to put a lot of pressure on this top lane now. The Wind Ranger, no, she does not hit 9. I think we would have seen a Focus Fire point thrown in there. Maybe even a level earlier than she would want to normally, but with this free tower here, and IG is not going to contest. They know now with the birds and the Wind Ranger here that there is no way they're going to be able to stop this tower from going down, not without taking severe losses. So they're going to try and pressure the bottom lane in return, and both teams will just trade.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Radiant structures are fortified.
Lina's getting a little damage here on the mid with this double damage rune. The tower should not go down here, but she at least gets it ready for the next push. As soon as they're ready to go in on this mid tower next, they'll be able to make short work of it. A little bit of checking on the Roche there by Phoenix just to ensure they know what is happening.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
IG cannot afford to let LGD sneak into
Dire's top
Roshan.
tower is under attack.
Pick off on the PO was great, but they ended up losing 2 soon after, so it really equalized the temporary gain that they had gotten. PL sees the Bristleback coming in here, but he's far too tanky to go on. Bounty Hunter would like to go out and get to vision, but he knows that they have some sentries around here, so he doesn't want to get too far out there. Oh, and that sentry is just out of vision of that ward, which will be expiring pretty soon anyway, but it will give IG a little confidence around the mid until it does. Power treads are now out on Phantom Lancer.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Reasonable timing, assuming, or considering he already has the drums and the Ring of Aquila. Visage and Bounty Hunter would like to get aggressive on this mid lane. See if they can find a pick here with the Wind Ranger. Still no Focus Fire. She does have a Haste Rune bottled, though. They're going to go on this Bristleback. Bristleback is taking a lot of damage. Well, as I say that, they have to disengage. PL makes it out. Darkseer should be able to get out. Vacuum into the wall, but nothing really happening from that. Both teams are just going to run away. And I think both teams should make it out alright. Visage has full stacks on the Soul Assumption, but no target low enough to make it worth sticking around. Oh, the burn from the Phoenix leaves him at 18 health. The stacks of the Gravekeeper's Cloak were enough to keep him alive throughout the Laguna Blade. So a big skirmish down in the middle and not a single kill. Io comes back in, refills some bottles. And everyone's going to go back to farming, it looks like. We are nearing a 5,000 experience lead for LGD, and close to the same on gold. Everything is going in favor of LGD this game. This has got to be refreshing and a big confidence booster for them. Last game they just got smashed for the most part. They actually had a big lead on the graphs for a long time in the game, but they really didn't have any actual control. They had no momentum. They struggled to get items on the TA because she was up against the Viper mid, and when they finally did, they seemed a little bit worried to try and make anything happen. They didn't want to press the issue, maybe overextend, and it cost them the game. So we'll have to see what they can pull off here, but this is a very different LGD. They're doing a great job here. They seem to be playing with confidence, making plays. We've got full stacks on the Soul Assumption. He's not going to throw that. Those are quickly lost. We have a max rank Soul Assumption as well, which is very typical at this level. Everyone's going to go in the vacuum wall. Lina pops herself up. She is taking a lot of damage. Earthshaker also gets low. The Visage is low. Bristleback is chasing. The Soul Assumption will be able to snipe someone here. If he can get it off on this Lina, that would probably kill the Lina. Well, in fact, it definitely would. Well, I guess with the overpower from the Io, she might be able to survive it, actually. I don't know. It would be close. This is unfortunate. I'm going to speed this up. Rage quit. Here we go. Should be just a moment before everybody's ready to go. And they say go. Let's see if this looks like the wind's out of everybody's sails here. They're just going to fall back and regen. I think without the pause, people would have maybe felt like being a little bit more aggressive. But pauses can always throw you off. It gives everyone a lot of time to think and look at what may be about to kill them. And so, often you'll see fights that probably would have gone longer otherwise, finishing much faster. Bounty Hunter trying to get a shuriken toss over on the Lina. Shuriken toss bounce range is insane. Around 1300 range. And so if you just toss it on any target, it'll then bounce to any target that has the track on them after that, as long as they're within that 1300 range. I actually would suspect that we may see a nerf to the Bounty Hunter on that. That was a recent change that was made. Oh! Earthshaker just picked up a kill on the Bounty Hunter. Actually didn't even see what that happened. I believe it was here in mid. I believe the Bounty Hunter ran under that sentry and they were just able to quickly kill him there between the towers. Yes, there was a change recently with the shuriken toss, and I would suspect that we may see something like a balance change in the soon-to-come 6.85, where shuriken toss may only bounce if you hit a target with track on it already, or something minor. It's obvious that Ice Frog wanted something like that out. He wanted to buff the Bounty Hunter and make him a little bit better at fighting in the mid-game, so that he isn't used for only the gold. But, I don't know. The fact that he can give vision so easily for the entire team, and this meta revolves around fighting, and you have essentially a roughly 2000 range shuriken toss that can hit everyone on the opposing team, makes him pretty good.
Top tower is under attack.
We'll see if LGD can take down this mid tower.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Bristleback rotates over to ensure that that doesn't happen.
Dire's courier has been killed.
The courier goes down for Dire there.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And we've got a jungle invade coming out. Smoke with the Earthshaker, Lina, and the Phoenix. They're looking for a kill down here. They know they saw PL down in this lane recently, and they are hunting hard. PL is just going to TP out, so Silo will be safe. And they may turn around and try and pressure mid hard because they know that there was a rotation on that smoke. Windranger times the deny very well. Vacuum up onto the high ground, but Bristleback is so tanky, he just runs right through it. And he should get out no problem. In fact, he probably dealt more damage to the enemies than they dealt to him by quite a bit. Got both teams posturing on either side of the river, but no one wants to fully commit to this. One of the birds goes down there, so a little bit sloppy from the Visage. Good play there by IG. A little bit of gold in their pockets. Unfortunately for LGD, this bounty hunter really hasn't been able to accomplish much of anything recently. He hasn't been able to get a lot of vision. I think he's a bit worried to go out too far, as he knows they've had quite a few sentries. Have been caught a couple of times, and he was killed the last time he got too far out due to walking over one of those sentries. However, at the same time, it still falls into the play of LGD because they just want to farm, and they're being given space to farm, so they're alright with everything that's going on right now. There you go with the track on IO, so that'll alert you even earlier than keeping an eye on the minimap if he's going to be relocating or preparing to pressure with another hero. We do have the Sanj out on Bristleback. We may be seeing a Heaven's Halberd here. It's just such a good item on tanks, and it's a great counter carry item. Looks like Lena, Phoenix, and they get the pop-up with the Yules. The stun comes down. Great shackle, though. Traps two of them, so they're not able to get off the burst that they would really like to. The vacuum into the wall kills Lena so quickly. And this bounty hunter is just chasing down Earthshaker. He goes down. There's nothing he could do to stop that. Wind Ranger trying to catch the Phoenix. Icarus Dive is down, of course, for another 30 seconds still. And Phoenix should go down here. He has the mech, but it'll only keep him alive for a couple of seconds if he decides to use it. And he realizes he's dead. Doesn't even waste the cooldown. Good counterplays there by LGD. IG got the initiation. They started off with the Yules, but that shackle shot completely turned the fight around. Two of the three heroes were stunned, and Earthshaker just wasn't able to get up there and deal the damage he needed to quickly. He doesn't even have the blink yet, so there really is no way for him to do it. And he is so far from it. 180 gold in the bank. It's going to be another probably 10 minutes before he can secure that blink. Phantom Lancer wants to go on the IO. He gets him. Oh, IO is able to relocate a moment before he died to the Phantom Lancer there. Good relocation. Phantom Lancer knows he can't stick around to finish off the IO either, because by that time he will have some backup from other teammates. So he smartly falls back. He was in the attack animation for the blow that would have finished off IO. Bounty Hunter wants to get some vision in their jungle of these heroes, so that if they feel anyone is a bit separated, they'll be able to get a quick kill there. But IG knows about it. They have a sentry here. They just pinged out that this Bounty Hunter's in the area. Earthshaker just drew on the map. He says he's right over here. They know that the Bounty Hunter's in the area, but they also know that he will likely have someone nearby. Oh, he drops the Observer Ward, but it's right under a sentry. So if anyone from IG can walk through the jungle there and check this, they'll be able to quickly deward that. But their sentry is going to expire. The Eels goes down. Light Strike Array. This is a dead. But the double stun from the bird's out. And a quick kill on the Lena. Earthshaker Fissure is going to try and just disjoint this fight. Big Soul Assumption comes out. The Spirit Lance is wearing him down. Phoenix goes down to the second Soul Assumption. The cooldown is so low. Doppelgang to bring out a bunch of illusions here. The mid tower goes down to the Visage. And the Bristleback should be okay. He has his back to him and he's at full health, so he should have no problem running here. Ooh, the Shackle Shot does not connect for any longer than that minimum. So the Earthshaker should be able to get out here. He does not have any mana though. Wind Ranger is able to commit, and he just didn't have the backup they needed to keep him alive. Wind Rangers are just able to just keep running him down all the way down underneath the tier 2, through the trees. Shackle Shot. Surprisingly, that tree was able to hold Roshan in place. So this is going to be a free Roshan there for LGD. Things are quickly spiraling out of control. IG is going to have to get a perfect set of ultimates to turn around a fight. They really need to blow up this Wind Ranger very, very quickly. But then they still also have the Phantom Lancer to deal with. And that, of course, is after they allow this Aegis to expire. So they're just going to have to stall for time. Try to not to take too much collateral damage while this Aegis is on the Wind Ranger, and then after that, make something big happen. The net worth is so high, it is so skewed on these two carries right now for LGD that if they are able to get a pick-off on either, or especially if they could get both of them, it would turn the game around entirely. The difficult scenario that IG find themselves in is that even if they were able to get those two pickoffs, they're going to have to be on point all game long, as they don't have any direct counters to the heroes that are over on the side of LGD other than certain big spells. For instance, the Echo Slam on the PL. It has to be perfect. The Laguna Blade coming out for the Wind Ranger. They really need a good egg. But they can do it. They have the skill and they have the spells. So they just need to stall for some time, which they're doing a very good job of. Got a smoke out here on the Bounty Hunter and the Visage. They're looking to get a pick off here around middle lane. Smoke breaks. Bounty Hunter is just keeping track up on everybody. That is his primary job now. They are safe enough that he can keep doing it. Even if they find him, IG is not going to want to commit to a fight anywhere near there when they know there are other players from LGD in that area. So he was free to just track up the entire team. We have the Arcanum Scepter out now in the Visage, along with the Gem and the Solar Crest. So even he is becoming incredibly dangerous with something more than just the occasional Soul Assumption spam. Bounty Hunter was able to get a pick off on the Earthshaker there with the Wind Ranger. Light Strike Array into the Laguna Blade. Relocate came out, but it was just in time to watch him die. So kill on the Darkseer. Lina really needs this Scepter completed. Until that is done, she, of course, Laguna Blade is still good damage, but it just isn't going to be enough to instantly kill anyone. Well, that's actually not true. It would be enough to quickly kill the Bounty Hunter and do good damage to the Darkseer, as we just saw. She was able to kill him very quickly, but they need it to be able to quickly kill the Wind Ranger or the Phantom Lancer. And right now, there just isn't quite enough damage on it. But Scepter will absolutely change that. And she completes the Bloodstone. So she's going to go for the Bloodstone spam over the Quick Scepter. This will help increase her farm. That is one of the drawbacks to going for the Fast Scepter, is that it's a great steamrolling item if you're going to be forcing fights, because you blow up one hero. Squishy heroes die in one hit or nearly one hit. Even tanky heroes, it'll do about half to 2/3 of their health pool. But it does not help you farm faster. You get very little extra regen off of it. A little bit of health, a little bit of extra mana, but It's definitely not a farming item. Bristle's just trying to stave off the aggression on this bottom lane as long as he can. Because of the PL illusions, he has no mana to spam Quill Spray. Wind Ranger focuses the tower. And thanks to Scepter, she's going to be able to focus every time she wants to. So this is a... Tower goes down very quickly. And LGD just extend their lead farther and farther. Just over 12k experience and well over 15k in the gold. This Aegis doesn't have too long left on it though, so IG have done a good job of not taking too much damage. Honestly, they've only lost one tower since the Aegis has been taken.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Ranger wants to catch this Bristleback. She knows she has to be able to position herself well and get a good shackle shot. There it is, and with the double damage, this may be enough. Desolator comes out as she's in the middle of focus firing, and that is just enough to finish him off. PL probably would have been able to chase him down anyway, but that timing. Poor Bristleback. The double damage and the Desolator reach right as that went off.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
The Aegis has expired. It expired while she was in the middle of focus firing the Bristleback.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Fissure does connect, but there was the same time as the fortification, so it actually didn't cause any additional interruption.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Even with the attack speed slow with the focus fire, it's
Dire's
negligible.
bottom tower has fallen.
Wind Ranger is still doing massive damage here. I think LGD will be happy falling back after just taking the tier 3. Bristleback is up in a couple of seconds. So we'll see if they decide to press the issue. Wind Ranger is down to about half health.
Are under attack.
Iron Charges should take her back up pretty quickly though. Bristleback wants to force this fight. But this PL is making it very difficult on him. The Quill Spray begins to do so much damage once you get a lot of stacks on it, and you get incredible numbers of stacks when you're being focused. So if you can just turn and they continue attacking you, Quill Spray is going off almost non-stop. However, if you don't have the mana to throw up the few stacks initially, even being chased with it going off, you're still going to do a lot less damage. Yeah, LGD just backs off. They don't want to take a bad fight here. They know that they have a major lead and that losing their 2 cores would severely hamper their aggressive potential over the next few minutes. PL is just going to try to continue pushing this lane with his illusions. Wind Ranger is just farming up and pushing the top lane. I believe they're going to try and split push here to put some more pressure on IG. Force them to try and defend multiple lanes at once. The Wind Ranger and the PL both can take down towers so quickly that IG cannot afford to ignore either lane. IG is just waiting for their moment. They're being patient. They know that they can come back into this as long as they get a superb initiation, and that's exactly what they need. Nothing less will do. They can't afford to trade and leave either Wind Ranger or the PL alive. LGD should just back off. They will continue farming, probably wait for this next Roche. Keep pressure on the lanes with the illusions, and a little bit of push here from the power shot, but LGD don't have to fight. This game is clearly in their hands, and becoming even more so with each passing minute. Coming up on a 16,000 experience lead. And still about the same, a little over 20,000 gold. Shackle shot on the Bristle. Bristle is caught out again. Quickly goes down. Phoenix is pushed back by the PL illusions, but he escapes. Bristleback just overestimating his tankiness, or underestimating the damage of that Wind Ranger. She did have a double damage again, so that's unfortunate, but
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack.
you have to know that she can blow up a single target incredibly fast. Bottom melee racks are down.
Bottom barracks.
These range racks will go down in just a moment. They are gone.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
I don't know if there's anything IG can do to stop this.
Dire's middle tower.
They're waiting for that perfect moment. Oh, the shackle. It was not even a shackle other than the minimum duration, but it was enough. About 4 auto attacks, and Wind Ranger is able to kill the Phoenix.
Has fallen.
We've got stuns going down on Lena. PL commits, and the relocate out from Io is able to save her. Brings her back to the fountain. Vacuum into the wall. Earthshaker ultimate goes down, but only about half damage. The Wind Ranger does die to the Lena Laguna Blade, and Darkseer's able to go down as well. They're going to try and chase down now. They want to keep this momentum and make something happen. We're getting stacks of nasal goo up on the Visage. Yules pops up. Light Strike Array. It is not there, but it connects now, and this should be enough to destroy this Visage. Visage does go down.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Lena's now up to 11 stacks on her Bloodstone. IG needs a couple of more fights like that. LGD still has a significant lead. Although that, as you can see, is a slight dip. Little bit of juice into IG. Rashawn spawned right behind Lena.
Regeneration.
Yep. It was like, I thought I saw some gold sparks over here. So they just want to force this. Take this very quickly before LGD can. They know LGD can take this faster than they can. So, with the Wind Ranger out of the area, Wind Ranger is just about to engage here, I believe. She gets a quick kill on Io. But Lena blinks up here. Yules, Light Strike Ray, the BKB out from the Wind Ranger. She's going to chase down Lena. Lena has a few more seconds before she can do anything about this. And the Shackle Shot should be enough to continue. And Io buys back and dies immediately. They're going to run down this Bristleback. He does have his BKB popped, so he knows that there isn't any way they can stop him right now. But they can just chase all the way through the base until... Great Shackle Shot there on the creep, and she runs in front of him. That is game over. I just been out of steam for a while, but they were really trying to make something happen. They had a decent fight around the mid barracks, but it just was not enough. They did get the Wind Ranger, but PL just continued farming and went for the all-in on the Roshan. Just didn't pan out. Good game there. So IG took game 1, LGD took game 2. Both were pretty convincing wins. We're going to have to see what game 3 is going to have in store. I think it's going to be a great game here.